From red carpet royalty to sitcom favorites, pop stars to action heroes, these celebrities have adorned the way for a whole generation of fairly noble entertainers. Some went on to become small-screen legends in the golden age of television, others broke box office records, and a handful blossomed into style icons. Other memories have simply turned into snippets we freeze-frame along the road because they were powerful enough to do so. Whether they made us laugh with uproariously over-the-top antics, thrilled us with massive action spectacle, inspired a slew of trends, or ruled the musical charts year in and year out, their tales are downright intriguing, even all these years later. Here is an overview of where they stand now. Scott Carrot Top Thompson, born in 1965. Scott Carrot Top Thompson is one of the few comedians who were recognized for their early success. He made a rocky start to his career, but in the 90s, he was big at last. While his red hair made him stand out, his comedy about the use of props made him the prop king. Thompson was also a great actor, guest starring in shows like Family Guy, CSI Criminal Scene Investigation, Robot Chicken, and Bar Rescue. Today, people who go to his shows still laugh at his expense. He's been a guest on numerous podcasts, one of which was with Chris Van Vliet and Joe Rogan. Donatella Versace, born 1955. Donatella Versace, fashion designer and sister of fashion legend Gianni Versace, is best known perhaps as one of the most well-known names in her field of work. She became vice president and chief creative director of the Versace Company, which she founded with her brother. With her celebrity friends, she reinvigorated the company and returned it to the pinnacle of the fashion industry. Singers such as Demi Moore, Madonna, Christina Aguilera, Nicki Minaj, and Beyoncé have all appeared in Donatella Versace's ads. She's been working as a fashion designer, but now she's also a businesswoman. Jean-Claude Van Damme, born 1960. When he first burst onto the public scene as a teen in the 70s, martial arts phenomenon Jean-Claude Van Damme already held the titles of karate and kickboxing champion. His buff body and martial arts abilities are two of his most prominent attributes. Appearing in fight-oriented action films like Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Hard Target, and Time Cop, he was an international box office phenomenon during the 80s and 90s. He's never truly made any drastic physical adjustments throughout the years, though his acting career has slowed to become less frequent. In spite of this, he did lend his voice to the new 2022 film Minions: The Rise of Gru. Tina Louise, born 1934. Tina Louise gained a household name in the late 1950s through the role of God's Little Acre. The role might have won her the Best New Star of the Year, but that was just the beginning of her wealth. She is the sole remaining cast member of the original Gilligan's Island, for which she's famous. That red mane was her signature look back then. It's every bit as bright and eye-catching as ever now. She's been in the business for over 6 decades, but she's been making sporadic appearances since the aughts. She last appeared in Tapestry in 2019. Connie Stevens, born in 1938. Connie Stevens, an American singer-songwriter, has many talents including actress, director, producer, writer, camera person, vocalist, and editor. She became famous after she played the role of Cricket Blake in the sitcom Hawaiian Eye. Stevens began her professional career as a stand-in and extra in the world of movies. 16 Reasons, her hit song, became a hit on the radio and earned her a lot more popularity. As of 2019, her recent film venture was in By the Rivers of Babylon. Jolie Fisher and Trisha Lee, both her daughters, had successful careers in the entertainment world like their mother. She was granted a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame with all these accomplishments. Jean Shrimpton, born in 1942. The blueprint for future generations of supermodels was set by Jean the Shrimp Shrimpton, who was modeling decades prior to the Big Six and Hadid clan erupted from the magazine covers around the world. She was the 60s It Girl, who was modeling decades prior to the Big Six and Hadid clan erupted from magazine covers across the world. She was the 60s it girl who personified the extremely popular swinging London style and is widely regarded as the world's first supermodel. She's also an English actress and model, a dramatic featured model with gigantic eyes, fringe bangs, a lean physique, and long legs. She was titled the Face of the 60s, most photographed in the world, and more. She's led a private life for the past half-century, but still appears every now and then in Cornwall. Richard Simmons, born in 1948. Richard Simmons was the peak of his fitness instructor career in the 80s and 90s. He is most known for his aerobic exercise videos that he made called Sweatin' to the Oldies, which are designed to get people to stay in shape. His personality and style are what set him apart from the hundreds of instructors. Although he prefers to stay under the radar now, he still had enough respect for his fans in 2020 to give away his previously recorded material on YouTube so people could stay fit at home. Although he only had a bit more than 1,000 fans, his videos were watched hundreds of thousands of times. Ursula Andress, born in 1936. Swiss-born Ursula Andress was famous in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Italy too. It all started when she came into contact with a producer who offered her a part in the Italian adaptation of An American in Rome. Andress soon became a household name with her role as James Bond's love interest in Dr. No. Her acting career peaked in the 70s when she portrayed the leading characters in the movies Casino Royale and Red Son. She then had a long career as an actress, with her last film being produced in 2005. She now resides in peace, far from the glamour of Hollywood. Matthew Perry, born in 1969. Matthew Perry had a few small roles when he originally began, but did not gain household recognition until he was cast on the hit sitcom Friends from 1994 to 2004. One of 6 lead characters on the show, fans of the show loved Matthew Perry's Chandler Bing character. The star's timing and delivery were so spot on that he was an instant fan favorite across the board. Movies such as The Whole Nine Yards, The Good Wife, and 17 Again proved that he remained a favorite ever since. And although he had his own personal demons over the years, he indicated that he was in a good place before he passed. Yasmine Bleeth, born in 1968. The early 90s witnessed the emergence to stardom of some stunning new Hollywood beauties, one of them being Yasmine Bleeth. She was different from the rest due to her lean frame and husky voice. At the tender age of 10 months, she was already making appearances on television. She made her first on-screen appearance in a Johnson & Johnson advertisement for baby shampoo. She first made headlines, however, as a beautiful lifeguard in the trailblazing series Baywatch. Her career was taking off as she was cast in a couple of other films and soap operas. Today, she's maintained a low profile, except for the occasional on-screen appearance. Kelly LeBrock, born in 1959. The 80s were a wonderful time when Kelly LeBrock was on top. She first appeared in 1984's The Woman in Red with Gene Wilder. LeBrock's breakout role as Lisa, a woman genetically created by scientists in Weird Science, came the following year. Following a troubled marriage with Steven Seagal, she left Hollywood. In recent decades, her work has largely consisted of public appearances and speaking engagements, but she occasionally appears in cameo performances in movies. She's also volunteered for many organizations that promote everything from healthy eating to homeopathy. Her most recent movie was Charlie Boy as Donna in 2019. John Travolta, born in 1954. John Travolta, the Danny Zuko actor in the 1978 film Grease, has been a part of numerous box office hits of Hollywood films and continues to stun people with his charm and talent even to this day. In the 70s, he found his first leading role in the popular TV show Welcome Back, Kotter. He's acted in films for over 4 decades and continues to do so with the same level of success. Although his appearance has undergone a drastic change, Travolta remains as charming and talented as he was when he first appeared on the screen during the 70s. He's currently the widower of his wife, Kelly Preston. Haley Joel Osment, born in 1988. As with most young actors who entered the business in their preteens, Haley Joel Osment's early 20s were not all smooth sailing. He already had experience in two of the biggest blockbuster dramas of all time, an Oscar nomination, and solidified his place in the business as the angsty young man in The Sixth Sense. Climbing to the height of his career is not an overnight sensation, but he did have a successful acting career with experience in AI, artificial intelligence, and secondhand lions, to name a few. A series of animated films are also dotted with his voice work, such as The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, Country Bears, and The Jungle Book 2. Keely Shea Smith, born in 1963. Keely Shea Smith is a television correspondent, host, journalist, and published author. She's been a journalist and written on everything from the world's most wanted, well-known celebrities to animals to the environment. Her career highlight was serving as an environmental reporter for The Home Show for 6 years. She's written on as wide a range of topics as organic farming and children's rights, as on more traditional topics such as biodiversity and toxic waste. She's also famous as the wife of Pierce Brosnan, famous in his own right. She and her spouse have been married for over 2 decades, and as with her successful career, she too, with her marriage, it's fulfilling. Russell Crowe, born in 1964. With his acting role as Maximus in the 2000 epic film Gladiator, Russell Crowe was propelled to fame. Ever since then, his excellent acting career has established him as a Hollywood A-lister. 20 years later, however, he's barely recognizable in his prime. Crowe, who was once renowned for his six-pack, now has a stubby beard, gray hair, and a bit of extra weight. He's indeed aging, but still plays tennis every now and then to maintain his fitness. Apart from that, he still acts as a well-known actor, receiving awards from The Mummy, The Nice Guys, up to Thor: Love and Thunder. Abby Lee Miller, born in 1965. It's safe to say that Abby Lee Miller is one of the most recognizable faces on American reality television. She's a hard critic as a dance instructor, choreographer, and reality dance competition television show judge. In dance tradition, she founded the Abby Miller Dance Company. Miller started her dance career in her mom's dance studio, and at 15 years old, opened up her class and started dancing professionally by choreographing and teaching competition teams. Miller is a household name. She holds her head up, inspiring millions to make a career out of dance. Suzanne Somers, born in 1946. Throughout her career, Suzanne Somers has portrayed a string of iconic characters. She's well known in Hollywood, and her granddaughters, Camelia and Violet, are following in her footsteps. Somers' stardom came from her roles as two television legends, Hero Lambert on Step by Step and Chrissy Snow on Three's Company. Aside from the guest spots on reality TV like Dancing with the Stars, Somers hasn't been acting on television in a very long time. Her contributions to the fields of beauty and wellness, including the creation of the Thigh Master, have made her a household name. She's written over a dozen novels, in addition to a dozen or so self-help books, many of which have been New York Times bestsellers. Jessica Simpson, born in 1980. A star for more than 20 years, fashion designer, American singer, and actress, Jessica Simpson has come a long way. She began as a bubbly pop princess, but is now a true fashion trendsetter with one of the most successful clothing lines in the business. One of her music idols is Mariah Carey. She became the country's sweetheart following her debut performance in 1999. As Daisy Duke in The Dukes of Hazzard, she became an even greater phenomenon and a fashion icon of short jeans. She's a businesswoman who's cemented herself as a fashion icon by launching her clothing line in 2005. Sarah Jessica Parker, born in 1965. Most people remember Sarah Jessica Parker for her character Carrie Bradshaw, for which she received Emmy Awards and Golden Globe Awards. She played the fashion-conscious columnist for 6 seasons and 94 episodes and 2 movies. Yet she started acting much earlier than that. She appeared in such movies as Honeymoon in Vegas, Hocus Pocus, and LA Story. She made her debut at the age of 11 in The Innocents. Her transformation into an on-screen legend and fashion icon is incredible. She was replaced in the remake of And Just Like That in 2021. Now she is her own production company product content for HBO. Liza Minnelli, born in 1946. Liza Minnelli enjoys a storied and rich history in the film industry. She was born to Vincente Minnelli, a famous film director, and Judy Garland, a highly acknowledged 20th century actress. She enjoyed phenomenal success on the stage, television, in films, and also, most significantly, in musical theater. She's among the very few artists in history who have received an Oscar, Tony, Grammy, and Emmy Awards. The ability of Minnelli to enjoy success performing well into her advanced years is a testament to her artistry and versatility as a performer. She remains one of America's most colorful and versatile performers to this day. Sally Struthers is born in 1947. Sally Struthers is a celebrity who became popular due to her acting roles as Gloria Stivic on the ABC sitcom All in the Family. That made her so popular and earned her 2 Emmy Awards. She's also an International Correspondence School endorser. She went on to become popular on TV and on screen as well as on stage. Her Babette Dell role on Gilmore Girls was one of her most popular. Many years later, when Netflix revived the show, she played the original role. Struthers is still very much active in the industry, well into her 70s, doing all kinds of international projects. Nicole Eggert, born in 1972. Nicole Eggert was an 80s and 90s phenomenon. She was at the top of her game and a house name. She began on Charles in Charge and then became a series regular on programs like Boy Meets World and Who's the Boss. She got her breakout role in 1992 when she lifeguarded Summer Quinn on the hit television show Baywatch. After the series ended, she guest starred on other hit television shows like Splash and Celebrity Fit Club. The two-time mom has since fallen out of sight to raise her family and other business ventures, aside from reality show appearances like Botched. Bob Barker, born in 1923. Bob Barker hosted The Price is Right for over 3 decades and bid the entertainment world adieu in 2007. He's just as well known for hosting other programs such as The Family Game, Truth or Consequences, End of the Rainbow, and Simon Says. A radio show called The Bob Barker Show was his introduction to media. He later hosted on NBC for a record 18 years. Barker, who worked in television for over 50 years, has received 16 Emmys, as well as a few other awards and accolades. In retirement, the animal-loving host spent his time working toward animal welfare and making the occasional appearance at his former show. Heather Locklear, born in 1961. Heather Locklear, who became the epitome of 80s glamour and glitz with her starring turn on the soap Melrose Place, has popped up on countless TV shows since the show ended in 1999. And she doesn't seem to have aged a day since. One could say that Locklear has tried every character an actress can try. Her acting career is put on hold because her 80s nymphette looks became iconic because of her guest appearance on Dynasty and T.J. Hooker. But in 2020, she made headlines when she claimed she was engaged to Chris Heiser. She's back to professional acting now. Raquel Welch, born in 1940. Actress Raquel Welch was a 60s and 70s headliner with her appearances in films like Fantastic Voyage and 1 Million Years BC. She broke the stereotype for women like her and became a household name for her portrayal of tough female characters, which put an end to Hollywood's long love affair with blonde bombshells. She was a household name in her day and topped most hottest stars lists. Her other notable roles include films like CSI Miami and American Family. Although she has a long list of films from the 60s to the 2010s, Welch has not appeared on screen since 2017's Date My Dad, in which she played Rosa. Beverly D'Angelo, born in 1951. Beverly D'Angelo is an American actress and singer who's been nominated for a Golden Globe and Emmy Award. She gained fame due to the 3-decade-long National Lampoon's Vacation movie series. Her bubbly personality, down-to-earth personality, and strange talent for stealing the spotlight captured the hearts of film audiences all around the globe. In the mid-70s, she started acting in Broadway musicals, and since then has acted in over 60 films and some TV shows. D'Angelo's been working nonstop until today. She continued working in films and was awarded the Broken Glass Award at the 2018 Palm Springs Women in Film and TV. Cher, born in 1946. Cher is a versatile artist known as the Goddess of Pop. She owes most of her legendary 60-year career to her powerful, distinctive voice. She solidified her name with the ballad I Got You, Babe with Sonny Bono. Years later, Cher is one of history's greatest and most critically successful musicians. Her most famous songs are the songs I Found Someone, Fernando, and the Shoop Shoop song. In 2021, Cher dropped a new single called Walls, showing that she was still among the greatest in the music industry. Cher's become one of the top-selling music artists. Leonardo DiCaprio, born in 1974. Leonardo DiCaprio has been a Hollywood staple for almost 30 years, and he's still one of the industry's most bankable and most recognizable stars. He went from being a moppet on a TV show in the early 90s to an Oscar hopeful for his performance in a hit movie. After his arrival in 1974, young Leonardo DiCaprio was soon working on shows like Romper Room, Friends, and The New Lassie. As a child actor, he became a huge sensation in sitcoms like Parenthood and Growing Pains. His impact on the entertainment industry has endured for decades. Sybil Shepherd, born in 1950. A model is seldom able to make the leap to acting successfully, but Sybil Shepherd is one of the few. While she's had a great deal of success in her life, everything from being on the cover of Seventeen and Glamour to being in such films as The Last Picture Show and Taxi Driver to having her own shows, Moonlighting and Sybil, she's never lost the hunger to do more. Hollywood legend who became a 70s sex symbol due to roles in such films as The Heartbreak Kid and The Last Picture Show still works, though less frequently. She's also an activist who campaigns for causes such as gay marriage. Cheryl Tiegs, born in 1947. Cheryl Ray Tiegs is an American household name, and she was a supermodel, actress, and designer during the 70s. She was discovered at age 17 and gained fame after gracing many covers of Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue and the now famous pink bikini poster in 1978. After a decade of ruling the modeling world, Tiegs attempted other ventures, such as collaborating with brands on clothing ranges, televisions, and a couple of movies, and with environmental movements. Having been working since childhood, she now leads a less stressful and low-key life away from the limelight. Jennifer Tilly, born in 1958. For most, Jennifer Tilly has made a name for herself in two industries: horror movies and the game of poker. She is a world-class poker player and an Oscar-nominated American-Canadian actress. Her first acting gig was a cameo on an episode of Oh Madeline in 1983. She is widely known for her unique voice. She busted out into movies in 1984 with No Small Affair and has been rolling ever since, consistently appearing in several movies annually. She began playing poker professionally in 2012 and as of 2019 had won over $1 million in live tournaments alone. Tommy Lee Jones, born in 1946. Tommy Lee Jones is one of America's most recognized faces in film history. He's secured a place in film history as a great star of films like Men in Black and The Fugitive. His work in these films made him a hit and a box office star. His Hollywood fans recognize him today through films No Country for Old Men and Lincoln. Off-camera, he's a talented horseman and polo player. He also spends his time away from the film industry raising cattle and horses in his ranch. Barbra Streisand, born 1942. American singer and actress Barbra Streisand is truly the stuff of legends. She's one of a very small group of performers from the past to have achieved all four of the major entertainment awards: the Grammy, the Tony, the Oscar, and the Emmy. Her career has been a phenomenal one, and an actress of her caliber can never, ever fall out of favor. She began on Broadway with the 1962 production of I Can Get It For You Wholesale after beginning to sing in nightclubs. She's traveled far since then and hasn't been acting a lot lately, but her musical ability is as strong as ever. Nick Nolte, born in 1941. Recognizable for his gravelly voice and cold stare, Nick Nolte is a Hollywood veteran whose own acting career began in the 70s. He's played his role in movies of every genre, but he's always seemed to come most naturally playing tough leading men like a rough-around-the-edges detective or a battle-hardened soldier. Nolte's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards, 1 Emmy, and 5 Golden Globes. Nolte, now in his 80s, spends his days at home in Malibu in solitude. One thing, however, is noteworthy, that the classic actor shaved off his trademark beard the last time he was seen outside. Dolph Lundgren, born in 1957. After an eternity of being out of the U.S. film scene, Swedish actor Dolph Lundgren made a comeback to the U.S. film scene in early 2022. Most of his diehard fans were taken aback at seeing him so radically transformed more than 3 decades after Masters of the Universe initially premiered in the big screens. After Rocky IV, he became a household name and continued to act in a reasonable number of films and get involved in other major creative endeavors behind the scene. All of these, however, were outside the U.S. Not only does he look as youthful as ever, but he also got major roles in blockbuster films like Aquaman after his return. Hugh Jackman, born in 1968. Hugh Jackman became famous in the early 2000s as Wolverine in the X-Men franchise. Now he's a household name as one of pop culture's most beloved characters. Hugh was propelled into stardom by portraying a tough but heroic mutant whose fight choreography didn't detract from his acting. He also amazed audiences portraying Broadway stage musicals like The Boy from Oz, earning a Tony Award and a Drama Desk Award for Best Actor in a Musical. Hugh's dark locks over the years have become a distinguished salt and pepper that served his charm in The Greatest Showman. Ryan Reynolds, born in 1976. Aside from his romantic escapade with co-actor Blake Lively, Ryan is adored for his charming aura, which captivated so many hearts in the teen soap opera Hillside. But his comedic timing in the 2002 National Lampoon's Van Wilder movie eventually launched him into stardom. Since then, Ryan has graced the screen with his clever wit and unparalleled comedic timing in films such as the Deadpool movie series and the 2021 Free Guy. He's also gracefully aged, with his good looks in his youth developing into a respected look that wins fans over. And Ryan's mischievous nature on and off screen is also a reason why he's a fan favorite. Jacob Tremblay, born in 2006. Canadian actor Jacob Tremblay, more recently, has guest starred on animated series such as Pete the Cat, Harley Quinn, and My Father's Dragon. So some film enthusiasts may not be aware that this kid star has since turned into a teen star in the making. A multi-award-winning, rather precocious actor, Tremblay burst onto the scene in 2015's award-winning drama Room and went on to impress the critics with his performances in Wonder, Good Boys, and Luca. His sister Emma Tremblay is rather the talented actress too, who's accumulated credits in Supergirl and Wayward Pines, so talent clearly does run in the family, it seems. Miley Cyrus, born in 1992. Miley Cyrus, born Destiny Hope Cyrus, burst onto the entertainment horizon playing Disney's Hannah Montana, thrilling a generation of young fans with her double life as pop star and ordinary teenager. Her own life has been a roller coaster ride of reinvention ever since. She shed her Disney alter ego in the early 2010s for a raunchy bad girl image and her hard-edged sound. Her 2013 album Bangers was the trigger, a move to a more experimental sound. Miley revamped her style again over the years, adopting a more rock-inspired style with Younger Now in 2017, and then her Plastic Hearts album in 2020, which highlighted her powerful voice and rock and roll aesthetic. Joanna Lumley, born in 1946. Joanna Lumley has enjoyed a legendary career of more than 4 decades. Yet she's likely most famous today for her role as Patsy in the television sitcom Absolutely Fabulous. Lumley started as an actress in 1969 and has enjoyed more than 50 films and television shows since then, including Sapphire and Steel, The New Avengers, The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin, Sensitive Skin, Finding Alice, and Jam in Jerusalem. In July and August of 1973, the actress appeared on Coronation Street as Elaine Perkins. Even to the present day, she keeps active by hosting a variety of lifestyle shows that have her worldwide in their pursuit. Not surprisingly, retirement is not in her plans. Twiggy, born in 1949. Twiggy was a 60s superstar as one of the most recognizable faces of fashion. Her modeling career was brief, but she's still one of the fashion world's icons. Shortly after she became a success in fashion, she opened a career as a singer and actress, recording a number of albums, winning 2 Golden Globes for her role in 1971's The Boyfriend, and receiving a Tony Award nomination for My One and Only in 1983. But Twiggy's career is far from over. She's kept herself in the public eye in recent years by branching out into hosting and designing, among other ventures. Courteney Cox, born in 1964. It's safe to say Courteney Cox's iconic performances in Scream, Friends, and Cougar Town have sustained her career for more than 30 years. She spent much of her childhood in front of the camera, showing up in everything from TV sitcoms to slasher movies to music videos. The actress has evolved from a young upstart to a seasoned Hollywood legend over the years. She's transformed her professional and physical appearance after aging. While she confesses to having a problem initially, she's become increasingly tolerant of aging as a normal process in recent years. Janet Jackson, born in 1966. Since the mid-1970s, when she initially rose to fame, Janet Jackson has captivated fans with her unforgettable voice, spirited dance steps, and signature styles. The 80s were the decade of breakthroughs for her career as a pop singer. By the early 90s, she was among the highest-paid performers in the business. Jackson is the youngest of the Jackson family. She's been a legend for the better part of 40 years. She leads a relatively low profile nowadays, but does make an occasional appearance here and there at a function like London's Great Gatsby Gala in January 2020. Her Janet Jackson documentary series aired on A&E and Lifetime. Elizabeth Berkley, born in 1974. Elizabeth Berkley will forever be remembered as Spano on the popular 90s TV show Saved by the Bell. The actress started her career at the ripe young age of 9, but it wasn't until she guest starred on the blockbuster hit sitcom that she finally hit it big. Following her stint on Showgirls, her agent dropped her, a major career setback, but she was able to return and has since been a TV host, best-selling author, and reality TV contestant. She had been out of the spotlight for quite a long time, but came back on TV in the Saved by the Bell revival 30 years after the original show. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon